Okay, so I usually do a garden tour video like in the middle of summer when everything's growing great and I'm harvesting, but I thought this year it would be good to do a garden tour in the beginning, which everything's pretty much planted. So this bed right here, my kit is obviously not really a bed, but it's my kid's bed. We put some flowers in it because pretty much everything over there is vegetables and they wanted just a flower garden. So we planted some zinnias in here. We have cups and old planting pots around them so that the bugs don't eat them, and then a little lid right there full of beer so that the earwigs go in there. But this is my asparagus bed. If you haven't grown asparagus, it stays in place just like a fruit tree. So you can see that little shoots come up like this that look like asparagus. That's the asparagus right there. You could harvest this and eat this, but since this is on its first year still, I'm not going to harvest any of it. So after it looks like this, it goes to this stage and then gets all wispy and it's just developing roots. So we have those in there. And then I also planted a couple peppers in here. Poblano peppers, 1, 2, 3, just because I like to keep the spicy peppers away from the main part of the garden so the kids don't actually accidentally eat them. This middle bed, this is where I usually have all my poppies and wildflowers. In the fall I have my brassicas like broccoli and cauliflower. So right now I just have some snapdragons, cosmos, my artichokes still going strong, some sunflowers here. And then I put some squash in here this year, which I haven't done before, just to fill up this whole space. And it's doing pretty good. I have some yellow crookneck in there, some green zucchini over there. And then I planted some lemon balm and some, they're not butterfly bushes, they're milkweed. Milkweed over there and milkweed over there. So hopefully this bed will be colorful. I like to keep that one with flowers for the pollinators. And here I'm doing the single stem trellising method for the tomatoes. So I have 3 tomatoes. They're going to go up this trellis. Some leftover spinach that I'm letting go to seed. I got some celery hiding in there. And then I have my green onions that go year round over there. And I'm constantly using them like every day. I have a few onions left that I need to harvest. The rest are drying. And then intermixed in here I have the watermelons growing because these will get big and just in time for me to pull out the onions. So I have one right there, one over there, one right there, and one hiding over there. And these are all yellow, orange, or the red ones that are Alibaba. The other one, the orange one's orange yellow, and I don't remember the yellow name. And then this is some purple basil. And then up this trellis I've done different things this year. I have loofah, butternut squash, and long-handled gourds planted. So that's what these are right here. So these will grow up very quickly and fill this trellis. I have the same thing over here. Loofah, gourds, and butternut squash. And then the sweet pea vines are dying out. Those were from the winter. And then in here I had all my garlic. I just harvested it. I have a few onions on the side I need to harvest. A few cilantro plants that I'm letting go to seed so that they'll reseed themselves and I can have some coriander as well. So I did the same thing that I did over there with the watermelon. I just interplanted them among the garlic. That way when I took up the garlic, then these would already have a head start growing. So I have 2 watermelon plants and 1 melon plant. And then same thing over here, 3 tomatoes trellising up this trellis. I got a little one down there that's a green zebra. I have a yellow pear and a beefsteak. And then another random cilantro plant that I'm letting go to seed. I have another tomato there. I have 2 jasmine plants. And then I have the tomatoes intermixed. So 1 tomato there, 1 tomato there, and 1 tomato there. This on the ground growing is sweet potato that came up from like 2 years ago. So I'm just letting it be. Like to eat the leaves for salad, and then I'm sure I'll have a few sweet potatoes under there too when it's time to harvest. And here was my potato bed. Over here I had all my red potatoes and we harvested those. And now we've planted sweet potatoes, so I have the cups around them to keep the bugs away. But they're doing good, so pretty soon this is going to be all pretty with sweet potato vines. And then over here I have the russet potatoes that I need to harvest pretty soon, and then just intermixed with calendula and borage because that comes up on its own. It's all like spread out right now because it rained pretty good yesterday, so these will perk back up soon. Over here I still have a little bit of lettuce from fall. I'm letting some of it go to seed in hopes that it will reseed next year. I had potatoes in this bed like 2 years ago, and I guess I left some in the soil because they are popping up everywhere. So I am letting those go. I wasn't intentionally planting those right now, but I'm sure I'll get some. And then what I did intentionally plant was squash. I had crookneck squash, and over here I have the patty pan squash. And then up this trellis, we have several different types of cucumbers. And you can see I have some baby ones. I've already harvested one, and there's a few more going in there. So those are doing good. Over here is one of my son's beds. I each let them have one veggie bed. They get to pick what they're going to plant. He picked strawberry popcorn. So it's just like a little bright red corn that you can have for ornamental purposes, or you can make popcorn out of it. So that's all growing really good. And then up here was all garlic. We just took that out, and then just yesterday we planted okra in here. And then there's one straggler eggplant. It's not doing very well, but I'm sure it will perk up soon. And then we have some cinnamon basil in there. My other son's bed, we have the borlata beans, the green beans. Let's see. They look like that, but they turn really pretty. Oh, like there's one. Let's see right here. They have the pink stripes on them. Those will get really pronounced and bright pink as they get older. And then we also have the dragon tongue beans in here, which you see these purple flowers. Those will be the same thing, green beans, but instead of pink stripes, they'll have purple stripes. Some dino kale left over from the winter that we just haven't pulled yet. We have some bell peppers in here that you see the bugs are getting like crazy, the earwigs. So we put some cups around those. I need to put some other stuff over here to control those. And then I have another little sweet pepper there and a tomatillo plant over there. So this is all going to get filled in with other peppers that he wants. And then over here, so all this area I just throw pumpkin seeds on whenever we have pumpkins from the following year, and they just come up whenever they want. So there's quite a few pumpkins coming up. This is our little green bean teepee trellis for them that we planted green beans all around the base. Again, earwigs, so we got the beer. There's some earwigs in there, and I've been filling that up every day. And then you can see there's a bunch sprouting. So hopefully this will get filled up, and then the pumpkins are doing great. We're gonna have tons of pumpkins. My kids have had a pumpkin sale the last 2 years. This will be the third year. And yeah, I think it'll